Okay, here we go. Last time. Alright, here we go. I have the Slush Suit Aurelius. Things that you need to know. I broke it down into these groups because there's no way to isolate them and hide them so that you can get to the verse underneath anything else. So I kind of needed to do that. You might find a better way of dealing with it. I don't know. I couldn't. So here we are. You'll see the first one has like most of the pieces. It's everything that I could get that wasn't overlapped. So that way whenever I get there I'll just be able to hide everything else and then just edit the verts and the weights for just those things. Alright, so let's close this up, and then I have all these other individual pieces, which are things that I was just hoping to like parent. So I could just parent that to the joint when it's in whatever pose, and then, you know, it'll move with it, and I hopefully wouldn't have to do anything with it, but we'll see. We'll see. So first thing I'm going to do, things are a little bit different in Blender than they are in DAZ. So got to rotate this guy -90, and it's probably going to have something to do with the fact that my export settings are one way and I just haven't bothered to fix it. But you need to select all of these bad guys and apply all your transformations. Now that's only going to be step 1. So open up DAZ. I'm going to grab the figures. We got to come down here. Genesis 8 basic male is fine, and drag him in. Alright, gravy. Oh, I thought he was going to start with my stuff, but he didn't. That's interesting. He did earlier. But anyways, we don't need those eyelashes and whatever else. This is not the one with Jabroni. Maybe I should start with him, but I don't know if you're using this to do with torque or not. But, yeah. So, started with this. Mine matches because the export that I made for my character came directly from DAZ in order to sculpt on top of him. So, for this, I'm going to go ahead and open. We'll just open the one that I'm already on. No, let's not change it. My previous one was already fit to Alex's head for some reason. I'm going to delete these so we don't have to look at those. Alright, here we go. This is the Genesis 8 model. It's got Alex's head on it, doesn't it? Yes, that's his head. Okay, I wonder why I'm not seeing it. I'm just not, I'm imposing. Mother, father, that's right. Okay, that's where it would be. Do you have, oh you do, flat ears to flatten the ears, and then the skinny boy to make him super skinny. Let's go ahead and set those back to 0. Also, I don't want to see these. We'll just set it to that so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we've got that. You got your regular Genesis 8 dude boy. I don't know why I have this. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead, we're going to import. I never exported it, did I? Ha ha ha, just kidding. Alright. We're just going to select the fabric at this time. We'll do the other stuff later. And it is Control S to hit export. We're going to go up 1 to the test. We're going to go ahead and select the pre-rotation one. I didn't mean to do that. Save changes before closing. Cancel. Control S. Export. This guy, I only like to use these. I don't know what other is. I'm assuming it's going to be like materials and shit. So I'll usually just do that. Alright, when it comes in, after we import it, it's going to come in like that, which looks exactly how it did in Blender, right? But you're going to select it, and when you do, you're going to see that he is -90. We're going to go back to 0. Now again, I think that's probably just my export settings because I have like Y up and Z forward or something like that. But I haven't bothered to mess with it to figure it out. So this is just what worked for me. But notice, this doesn't line up, right? His back is peeking out, his hands don't line up either. So what we're going to do is we're going to move him. So that's the move tool. We got our little gizmo right down here. We're going to grab it. But you see there's a distance. You're going to want to keep your eye on that. So we're going to move it to where we think it is the best part. Which I think is going to be about there-ish. negative 1.45. And then we're going to come back to Blender. We're going to grab our little group here, and then we're going to move it down on Z, negative 1.45. Now I know it said centimeters. That's rotation. How dare you? Negative 1.45. Now I know it says centimeters in DAZ, but that's still going to equate to the meters in Blender, or at least it has for me. Anyways. Aha! Alright, select it all again. Control A, all transforms. I just want the suit. And then we're going to export that one. I'm going to do it as moved. We're going to come back in here and we're going to delete that. Hey, no, not that. There we go. Delete that. File, import, moved, Shazam. Alright. Come back over here. We're at parameters, transforms, X rotate, back to 0. Now it's like pretty lined up. So if you don't do that and it's not already at the 0, then by the time that you do this next part, things are going to snap weirdly. Transfer utilities, OG, Slush suit. So that'll be the Gen 8 male, and then whatever you're trying to do, projection templates, full body for this because it's a full body suit. Open, leave all that default. Deselect this. If you don't, then your stuff will be parented inside of there. I suppose you could unparent it if you want to. It's whatever. Bam. Go for it. Okay, now what you're going to see here. This one, I have it named Gen 8 OG Driver. That's custom. I renamed that myself because the Genesis 8 male mesh is going to now drive this. So it's sort of like, you know, this guy's the driver, so he's going to come in here and we're going to grab, not the left collar, go down one more, left shoulder, and we're going to bend that bad boy back up. Okay, so see how this guy's moving with him? That's how that works. Let's go ahead. We're going to pose, right click, 0 figure pose, and I'll take it all back. That'll 0 everything out. So let's go down into the Slush suit fabric and see what this guy has. Well, it doesn't look like he's got anything fun. General, transforms. Yeah, see, he doesn't even have anything in there. Whereas the OG driver has all the fun stuff. Pose controls, arms, feet, etc. So it all has to be driven through this driver here. So whenever you're doing the rigging, I wouldn't do it here with all of this. I would come in here and I would use this and then bend this up and then do your painting. So what you're going to do in order to paint it, you're going to have to open this guy up the same way that you did the other one to find all of his bones. Where are we at? Bend? Yeah, shoulder bend, shoulder bend. Alright. Don't mess with these. You're going to make it do weird stuff. So just leave those alone. All you want this for is you need to be on the same bone that you had working up at the top. And you're going to come over here and you're going to go to Tools, Node Weight Map Brush, Tool Settings. You can also come down here and drop down to get whatever you need there if you need it, because you might actually need the joint editor at some point. And then you're going to, with that selected, you have general weights. Now you can see your weights. Let's just do this. There we go. Okay, so things that you need to know. This is your selection. We've got verts, edges, and then faces. You can right click in here for a context menu. You get selection mode. You can have a lasso, a drag, and a marquee. That's going to be really handy because sometimes you're going to want to come in here and let's see, what are we on? Let's do edge selection. We're going to grab, let's grab all this guy. Double click, right click, weight editing, fill selected. We're going to go down to 0. Bam, no weights. Fill selected again. Bam, 100%. Okay, another thing that you need to know about this. If the fill is already at 1.0, and that's what all those verts have, you can now no longer paint it out. So we got the brush. It's doing it again. Alright, so now I can't paint anything, right? Just come back up, select something else, try to come back down and see what happens. Can I paint now? Okay, I can. So you got to get all the way to this other mesh or some other mesh and then select back where you were at. Now you have the option to paint again. Sometimes you will lose this cursor and your regular arrow cursor will not be there either. So it's not just that you can't paint, it's that the cursor is entirely gone. You can do the same thing going up, going back, and then come over here and then like switch through these. So you got your little tumble, move, zoomy zoom, whatever. Okay, so now once this is at 1, you can't paint it out, right? Alt will paint out, but see, nothing's happening. You got to come over here and smooth it. You smooth it, it sort of just takes the value down, and once it's down, then you can paint it out. So as long as it's not 1, it's paint outable, but if it is 1, you can't paint it out. So we've got our little crazy thing here, and we're going to paint that out. Paint that out. Well, I didn't mean that, but whatever. We're going to schmooze it. Schmooze, schmooze, everybody schmooze. Schmooze, 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 schmooze. Yeah, so try to make it look nice, but there's really like no way to make that part look nice without coming over here to like the chest lower, and then you go paint. Yeah, that's all right. Bam, just like that. Now he can't move. Just smooth that. Smooth that down there. Ha ha! Wow, I mean that looks a little weird, doesn't it? But it is what it is. Anyways, so that's how you paint the weights. They've got this guy. He is a gradient, and it's very weird to use. Move it over. Grab that guy. Oh, see, there's like a limit for some reason. Shh. Come on, you can do it. No, you can't do it. This is very awkward to use this entire thing. No, I want this guy. Oh, there we go. I just click it and drag. I don't have to use the little dealies, I guess. Not you. Just grab this guy. There we go. Okay. And then we can come over here and... Oh, I can align it to the bone. Why didn't I do that? I'm on the wrong thing. I didn't want to do that one. I wanted to do the shoulder. Align to the bone. Okay, flip the gradient. Flip the gradient again. Apply the gradient. Bam. There you go. Now you have a left shoulder bend for whatever purpose. We come down here and we can go... Uh-oh, now we've got some of that thing in there. Needs an edit. Yep. So that actually might be a pretty quick way to do it. There's also this guy who we can do that one. Snap to the bone. I lied. Left collar. There we go. Snap to the bone. Apply that gradient. There you go. We'll just hit this so we can see it. There you go. Boom. Done. Come over here. Smooth it. There you go. Perfect. Wonderful. Yep. So I'm not going to tell you how to do the rest of it because you ought to know, having done some stuff for yourself. Oh, right. I'm on the wrong thing. Not that it matters. But anyway, once you get that done, then you have, you know, your two things here. And then I'm going to come down here. I think I already did a metal bits, so I'm not going to bother to worry about that. So let's go ahead and import metal bits group. It's going to be all these little metal bits that I've got. So you can keep stacking them. I'm only going to do the one. I don't want the 5, 3, 2, 4. Wait. Yeah, I do want 5. 5 is the chest piece, I think. We'll do 1. Not that it matters. You don't have to have anything selected because you just select it in here. Oh. Ba-bum. You. Shazam. Okay, so now let's do number 5 as well. Assets, transfer utilities. You. Number 5, full body. Shazam. Ta-da. Alright, now we're going to come over here to the smart content. I'm going to grab these poses and then drop it on that. Bam, there you go. And then remember, of course, that you can just delete that guy. So, I mean, not delete him. I don't think you can delete him. But you can hide him so that he's no longer visible. and then, you know, all of your good work can be visible. But he's got to drive it. So I don't know if there's any way to like group anything to make it like nice and organized or whatever. You could just drop it in there with him, I guess. Like underneath the hip. Just grab all this and be like, bam, there you go. And then you have it sort of grouped together with the one. Which I suppose wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I don't like it personally. Not my stuff though. And that's basically how you do it. Is you're basically just transferring it, and just remember that that guy's driving it. And then you have your create IK chain. I don't know how that one works yet. Label. Apply default settings. Parent. Oh, I don't want him to do that. Whatever, I don't care. Fine, be that way. Whatever. That's the end, really. It's very easy. There's just, you know, that stuff in the beginning with the blender and having to get it all lined up to match. If you don't get it all lined up to match before you do the thing, then stuff snaps and reacts weird. And it's transferring based off of like what's local to it. So your fingers are going to get weird. Like one finger's going to be too close to the other one. The weights are going to be painted too close or a little bit off. And so you've got to go back in there and repaint all the fingers. It's a good time, trust me. And that's it.